south, and
right.
we're on the south side of
South
this mountain.
tip, right.
So actually, as you're going down the slope, you would always be going south, and
right.
you come back, you're going north.
Right.
If you go to your right, you go west, left, east. Now,
Right.
however, you go up over the top of this mountain,
Right.
going down the other side would be the same veins of coal,
Right, right.
but then you'd
Different
always be going north
Yeah,
when you're going
right,
down.
that's right.
Yep.
And west and east, the same thing. So the veins of coal are on both sides of the mountain.
Yeah.
Right.
And depending on which side you're on, you're either on the south dip or the north dip.
South tip, right, right.
You're actually, you're on the south dip, right?
Yeah.
We have hoisting engineer as our camera operator right now. But when you get down inside, I'm going to be operating a camera, so you'll hear me ask some questions, but you won't see me. Right now, we're going to look around the top of the coal hole here, and see what you need to operate a mine, such as your air compressor, your generator, electrical system, and of course your hoisting engine for hoisting up the buggy to bring the coal and the rock. This is the backhoe, which they use for digging ditches to divert some of the rainwater, fixing the road when it's too muddy. Also, when they bring the buggy up out of the mine, it dumps the coal into a dump truck, and the dump truck takes it over and dumps it on a stockpile here. And this coal come out of the ridge, and it's not very good quality. In fact, the breaker wouldn't even buy it, so they have it stockpiled, and hopefully the coal in the little buck where they're at now will be a lot better quality, and they can mix both of them together and use the backhoe to load the dump truck to haul the coal to the coal breaker in order to sell it. And this shanty over here contains the air compressor, which is used for drilling. Before you're gonna put the dynamite, you have to drill holes. How deep is a hole when you drill for dynamite?
Either 4 foot or 6 foot or whatever.
Oh, so you could drill different lengths.
Yeah, or 8 foot or whatever.
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah. And let me have a look here. This is your generator, or is this the air compressor?
There's a generator here.
And this generates 440 volts electricity. And what's that used for?
That's for for pump.
Oh, so when you have water down in the mines, you have to pump it back out again.
Yeah.
Where's this water? Usually from heavy rain and whatever?
Yeah.
So the more rain, the more water you got to pump out.
Right.
I see. And this just seeps through the ground. It don't run into the main opening.
No.
I see. Okay, let me have a look here at this. And this is your 440 volt generator unit.
Right.
Okay. And I see it's a diesel engine you have, huh?
Yeah.
I see.
Air-cooled 4-cylinder.
Oh, it's air-cooled. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty rare for a diesel engine, air-cooled.
Yeah.
4-cylinder. Okay. And up here is your air compressor.
Right.
And what do you use the air for?
Drilling, or if you want to, you want some oil, you can hook it up to a tubing and give you air.
Oh, breathing air?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Uh-huh. And this is Henry, our hoisting engineer. I understand you stay up top when they signal you from down below to hoist the buggy up, while it's your job to fire up the engine and hoist the buggy up and whatever.
Yeah.
All right, let's have a look inside here.
Surprise!
And wow, this is a big drum of cable and some gear mechanism, and evidently these controls used to control it. And this is the engine they use. What is it? It's like an 8-cylinder Chevy?
Yeah, 350 Chevy.
350 with automatic transmission. That's pretty neat. Okay.
And you had the shaft coming over to the gears.
I see. The end of the transmission, this drive shaft comes over here and drives these gears, and the gears drives the big rope drum.
Yeah.
What's it called? Rope? Cable?
Well, yeah, it's, they actually call it a winch.
Oh, I see. It's a winch assembly.
Yeah.
I see. All right.
No, that's it. How you do that, Henry?
Yeah. And those big arms I see, they look like arms off a trolley car out in San Francisco, California. What do you use them for? Oh, that's a brake. I see. You leave that off and it loses the brake on the drum, and then you leave the clutch out. There is no clutch though, huh? I see. You just increase the RPM. And I see. And then that would bring the buggy up or down. I see. Alrighty. I see it looks like a little lantern there with a light in it. What is that thing?
Safety lamp.
Say again?
It's for methane and all.
Oh, it's actually a safety lamp for checking for gas in the coal veins.
Right, right.
And how does that work? What's it do?
Well, if there's methane there, the light will come down.
It'll show you. It'll be get real blue in there.
Oh, I see. The flame will change colors if there's gas.
High. Yeah. The gas will go in.
I see. I see.
There's screening in here, and the flame won't let it come out.
I see. And what type of gas you say is in these mines?
Methane.
Methane.
Yeah.
And it's not like a liquid gas like gasoline. It's a gaseous gas.
Explosive.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So if you happen to get in a gassy vein, and you don't have that light to tell you're in gas, why the thing, you spark or anything could set it off, you could have an explosion.
Or you only need one good mouthful and it'll knock you right out.
Oh, I see. It would act like anesthetic. Actually, you take a mouthful and it knock you out.
Where there's oxygen, you'll die.
Wow.
It affects your right in here. The buzzing is right in here.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you say? You get a buzz?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's not like drinking beer where you get a buzz.
No, and it's like opening a freezer door. The methane is very cold.
So
you can be where it's very dusty, where there's oxygen, or the dust will be there, but when you get in there where there is methane, it'll be as clear as a bell.
So there's no oxygen where the methane is?
Well, maybe a certain percent.
Yeah, but I mean, not enough for you to breathe. And actually, you go in there. How long would it take if you walked into a gassy area till it knocked you out?
It'll knock you right out.
Quick.
Yeah.
Seconds?
Yes.
Really? It's that quick?
Yeah.
Wow.
She'll knock you right out.
So what kind of warning you have other than your safety lamp? You say it would be cold like you stuck your head in a refrigerator?
Yeah, freezer or something like that.
But you can't smell it though, huh?
No.
There's no smell to it.
No.
So
No, you know what I mean?
you would, and you got to act quick because you don't get much warning.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and you're going to go down in the buggy and take some timber down?
Yeah.
What is that called? What would that be called, a piece of timber?
A prop.
It's a prop?
The prop to hold a top rock up.
Uh-huh.
With the rock.
You want that? You don't want
Yeah, might think so.
How many feet down is this mine? How deep?
400 some feet, eh, John?
How many?
400 some feet.
400.
400 some. So it's actually 2-4 to walk up and down. You have a ladder going down?
Yeah, there's a ladder going all the way down.
But it's actually 2-4 to be walking at, so everything goes up and down the buggy, huh?
Yeah.
You want us to come up together there?
Oh, both of you going down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me get...
Okay.
Andy and Johnny are headed down over 400 feet to the bottom of the slope to unload the timber and their tools, and then Andy's going to come right back up and pick me up.
That's the battery now.
Andy and I are both in the buggy and headed down the slope. The steel plate you see in front of us is part of the hitch that holds the cable onto the buggy. The first 30 feet or so of this mine, there's a gigantic 10-foot wide steel pipe that they use for going through the soft dirt until they hit the coal vein.
It's a 10-foot diameter, you know.
10 foot?
Yeah, until we hit the hard rock, you know. Then
I
we,
see. So this is just going through the soft dirt until you
yeah,
get down into
right,
the
clay. Then we
hard
hit the
rock or
hard
whatever.
top rock. And then we put timber in, you know. And there's the vein to your right. Can you see, Paul?
Yeah,
And the timber
I see.
wires.
That's a coal vein right there.
Yeah. And you have
Uh-huh.
your electrical wires and bell wire and intercom line also. And on this far other side, west, you have your air line
Oh, I
and
see.
your air tubing that gives you air.
I
down
see.
in the
So that's the
mine.
compressed air for the drill
Right.
and the tubing
Right.
for breathing air.
Right. Uh-huh.
How high? What is the vein now here?
Now
It's-
about 3.5, 4 foot.
Yeah.
And there's our ladder there we walk up on also,
Where?
right there.
Oh, I see.
Far
I see it.
side, yeah. Now that there, we're catching the surface water and shipping it down to old workings,
I see. Oh, so off to the right you have a gangway?
right?
I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
So the rainwater that comes down
right,
will go off into an old workings you hit,
right, that's right.
which means it was worked by some other miners
That's right.
years and years ago.
Right. And that goes into the big buck.
I see. That's another gangway.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's hard for me to get this angle here. The air temperature outside today is a cold, dry 30 degrees, and the air temperature in the mine is a warmer, humid, about a 45 degrees. And what's going on now is the warmer, humid air is hitting my camera lens, and the lens steamed up, and that's why everything is fogged up. We're probably not going to be able to see anything until we get to the bottom and I get a chance to clean the lens. Wow, going up to 16 foot.
Yeah.
And we're at the bottom. How deep are we?
400 and some feet.
Okay. Let me turn. Right now we're at the bottom of the slope and we're walking through a rock tunnel that connects the ridge vein with the Little Buck vein. The light I'm using now is a miner's lamp on top of my safety helmet. Give you an idea how dark it is in a mine. And basically, all the miner sees all day is like walking around with a flashlight. And it's probably about a 10-watt light bulb in there. So you don't get to see a whole lot with the miner's lamp. Right now, I have my 600-watt video light turned on. And it runs off of 110 volts electricity. And like I say, the miner's lamp on their helmet is only like 10 watts. So that's why we see so much. Right now we're looking up from the bottom of the slope, and this is where the slope went from 4 foot all the way up to 16 foot. One place in the slope went all the way down to 22 inches. And of course, if you didn't follow the rock up to the top, and just put the timber up, it would be too soft and actually wouldn't hold. All right. Yeah, you want to come up on this side? Your buggy's at the bottom of your slope, and now what you did is you went from this vein. What was the name of the vein where the slope was on again?
Ridge.
The ridge.
Right.
And actually the coal in the ridge wasn't very good quality.
No.
So then what you did, you tunneled through the solid rock,
Right.
and you went over to the next vein,
Yeah.
which is
Little buck.
called the Little Buck. And
About another 4 or 5 more feet to the big buck.
so what's the difference between these two veins?
You mean the length?
Yeah.
How far?
Yeah.
It's 108 feet all the way into the rock.
So from this vein to the next vein, you had to go through solid rock 108 feet.
Yeah.
How are you able to dig through the solid rock?
Well, we used a jackhammer at first, and that was very difficult, a lot of vibration. And dusty, we drilled it dry, and then we got a jack leg, and that made it a little better.
You say it was dusty. I understand you told me earlier it was so dusty that if you laid your tool down beside you, you couldn't find it. You had to feel around for it. It was just like being in a fog. The dust was so bad. It was more stable, and it drilled without all the vibration.
That's right.
All right, now I notice you have timber here where the vein is.
Yeah.
But going in through your tunnel,
We don't
you don't have no timber.
That's right, solid. You
Because
don't need to.
in solid rock, you don't need timber.
Right.
That's never going to move.
Exactly.
However, where the coal is, you
vein,
take
right.
the coal out,
Right.
and you need to prop that up.
Right.
I see. And of course, on the side, the line on the top
Yeah.
is your
Give it an
air line
And
for your air compressor, and then this here yellow one
for your
is
tools, right.
actually for breathing.
Right. That's right.
I see. And then you put a track in here,
Yeah.
and actually the track is what's called a road. Is that correct?
That's right.
I see. So you go into that vein, load the coal,
Well,
and then push it out through this tunnel.
at first we hit the turntable, and then you can go either
Oh,
west.
I see. So
or-
actually this, right now we're looking south,
That's right.
and then we go in till you hit the vein, and the vein runs east and west.
That's right.
So what you have in there is a turntable.
Right.
So when the buggy comes down from the either east or west vein,
Yeah.
hits the turntable, then you turn it
Yeah.
and bring it out here
Right.
to load it into the buggy.
Right.
Okay, and once you get it out here,
It comes out in this dump, and this, and it gets.
I
on
see.
this dump.
What's this called? Tipple.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
So the
well,
buggy front wheels hit the end of that tipple.
right there,
Yeah.
and then it just
Well, let
goes.
me see how it works again. So the buggy would be actually on that tipple.
Right.
I see. And then it would tilt and it would
Right.
dump into
Right.
the other buggy to take it up the coal
Right.
up the slope.
Right.
And actually rock any rock you have, you do the
That's
same
true.
thing.
Right.
But you don't mix them together. You would
No,
take
separate.
the separate places, and the
Right.
rock you throw away.
That's right.
I see. And your track in the slope
Yeah, it's made out of
is
2x4s,
wood instead of,
an inch board on top, you know.
I see.
So
So
we
it's
have
actually a
wood.
2x4 with a hardwood type of board on the
Right.
top of the 2x4.
Right. And we have deep flanges, angles on the buggy, so it doesn't come off the track then.
Oh, I see. I see. It's angled to the center.
Yeah.
I see. And is there wheels on this buggy or skids?
Skids.
I see. And actually with the skid, you could get the buggy lower to the ground. Is that the
Right, that's
purpose?
right. And then you
Because-
have two pony wheels on the rear, and that hits the two
I
wheels
see.
up top.
That's strictly for dumping when you get it up top. What do they call pony wheels?
Yeah,
I see.
makes it smoother. to
Yeah.
dump.
But actually, if you had a buggy with wheels on it, it would make the buggy too high. Because one section narrows all the way down to 22 inches.
That's right.
How much does this buggy hold about?
About 1.5 tons.
Wow, ton and a half
We
each
just
one.
made it larger.
I see. So originally when you sank the slope,
It was
you had a
only
smaller
small-
buggy.
Right.
And now you go up to 1.5 tons. Here on the side is a sign, and this is to signal the guy up top that hoists the buggy.
Yeah.
So it would be a bell you have to ring or what?
Uh-huh.
I see. So one ring would be stop,
Yeah.
2 is up, 3 is down, and 4 is men.
Yeah.
I see. You also have
Intercom.
an intercom system, so actually you could talk to them.
Yeah.
I see. Intercom is something new years ago,
Right.
before they were invented, where you just strictly went by the bell.
Right.
Okay, now we're on the south end of this tunnel, and actually we're standing in the gangway looking back at the tunnel. And like I say, you can see it's solid rock, and through the solid rock you don't need any timber. Okay, we're in at the end of the tunnel, and we're looking at the turntable. So like I say, the tunnel goes north and south, and the vein goes east and west. So in order to turn the buggy, Andy's going to demonstrate how the turntable works. And now the buggy would come off of this track, hit the turntable. Once it gets on the turntable, then you give it a turn. Let me see you turn it. So now, now you can push the buggy over to the east gangway, or the other direction to the west gangway. And right overhead, and say again the name of this vein?
This is the little
Little Buck.
The little buck.
And this is actually the top rock on the top of the little buck vein we're looking at. And that looks like good solid rock. And that little tunnel you see ahead of us, what they did is they drove that and they went into the next vein, and that's the big buck.
Yeah.
However, once they get in there, they found out that it was already mined by some other miners, possibly back in the mid-1900s, when a lot of the big collieries around here were mining these mountains. Or it could have been another independent mine after that. There's not very accurate records kept on these places. The little sparkles you see flying around is actually coal dust. You inhale this in your body and gets in your lungs, and this is what causes miners' asthma. Okay, so right now we're going east on your gangway, and then once you get in here, how many feet?
Well, we're going to go a few more feet yet, then we're going to go up.
So roughly, what, about 30, 40 feet in?
Yeah.
And then you go up the pitch of the vein.
Yeah.
And you put a chute at the bottom.
Yeah, so come on.
So actually you build a hopper right there.
Right.
And the buggy would go underneath that chute. And as you mine the coal up the vein, and you would just open the chute board and it automatically fill the buggy.
Yeah, yeah. That way you don't have to do all that scooping.
So all of the hard work is actually driving the gangways. Once you get the gangway driven east and west, going up the pitch, actually, you just drill a hole, fire some dynamite, and the coal will slide down by itself. So actually, you're in the process of all the heavy-duty stuff. Now, what do you have there? Air hose?
Yeah.
And you're going to do some drilling, is that right?
Yes.
So you drill a hole in the, where are you drilling? In the coal vein or in the bottom rock?
In the coal.
I see. You're drilling in the coal, and then you would fire. Basically, you're still driving your gangway. What do you have there, Andy?
Intercom.
Oh, I see.
And I hope the intercom. You hear me, Henry?
We're not ready yet,
No, I'm not. Yeah. Okay, I just want to check. I just hooked this intercom up here.
Andy just hooked up the intercom, and he was talking to Henry up top, the hoisting engineer, and basically to make sure it was working all right. What is that? That's a air drill, John?
Drill. Yeah.
I see. How long is your bit?
Well, that's about 4 foot.
And you could use different lengths.
Yeah, different than 6 foot or 8 foot, whatever you want.
I see.
We don't want to go in too far on account of this rock. It isn't the best.
So in other words, that's the top rock, but this, on the west side, the top rock isn't very stable.
Yeah.
It should be, I see it looks like it's breaking off there, so it should be nice and solid all the way up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see. How do you tell if it's solid? Just by bouncing the pick off it?
Yeah,
See, now that sounds...
Or a bar.
I see. That sounds nice and solid. See, that isn't. I see. So should that come down or not?
Well, we're going to try and leave it up if it does. If we see that it's drawn anymore, well,
I see.
we'll pull it.
Yeah.
And then we put these timber in here. These are all mostly white oak.
Okay.
White oak timber, strong.
Oak, white oak is one of the strongest
Yeah.
timbers. I see.
Yeah.
And what is that piece of timber called? That
A prop.
oh, that's called a prop.
Yeah. You
I
got to
see.
dig a hole in the rock.
Uh-huh.
Here, and you must make sure that that's in good. And then you put a cap piece on, and if it don't fit right, you put a wedge in it or whatever.
I see. So, but your basic main thing is to get into the bottom solid rock.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So if it's not solid on the bottom, it could skip out on you.
Right, right.
I see. And you point it so it would dig down deeper,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. But then you point them like that in case you get any pressure.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That it won't break right away. It'll
Oh, I see. I see. So in other words, if the top moves down a little bit,
right.
it'll
because
actually.
or if you got pressure from the bottom.
I see.
You know.
I see.
Too low, ain't it, now?
That's your breaker hole.
Yeah.
Say what, Andy?
That was your breaker hole he's getting ready.
breaker hole?
Yeah.
What's that?
That'll be the number one. That'll be the first hole to go off.
Oh, where's that at?
Right here. That's gonna go down on a pitch. And then the number 2 hole,
So the first hole you'll drill on the top left side and drill it towards the middle,
yeah.
towards the center.
Yeah,
I see.
down.
And then when you fire your dynamite, in other words, they don't. If you drill 4 holes, they don't fire all at the same time.
No.
They have delays on them. Is
Yeah.
that correct? So actually, the first one would blow the coal out on an angle,
Yeah.
and then it would clear the way for the next one to come out on the
Right,
angle.
right. Where
Where if you drill 4 holes and you fired them all at the same time,
would work.
it wouldn't move. It'd just pulverize everything.
Yeah.
I see. So you want to drill it so it comes out like a wedge.
Yeah.
And what was that first hole called?
Breaker.
Oh, the breaker.
Yeah.
I see. How about the next one?
Number 1.
Say what?
Number 1 hole.
Number 1.
Yeah. Then 2, 3, 4.
I see.
Yeah.
And you always drill the breaker, or you fire the breaker first.
Yeah.
What are, there's delays on the fuses, is that right, on the
That's zero.
dynamite?
As straight as a 0.
Straight as a 0, that fires immediately. Then what's the next one?
1
A 1, that's 1 second delay?
or milliseconds.
Oh, wow. How about the next one?
2.
I see. So it's just milliseconds after the other one.
Right. You gotta get that ladder.
Yeah.
So how far up are you going to go where you drill? You're still just drilling the gangway, or are you going
Yeah.
up the breast now?
Yeah. Well, then when we go up here, we go up about 35 feet. Then we connect these two. The west gangway with the east gangway. We make the connection.
Oh, I see. You go up 35 feet straight up the vein,
Yeah.
and then you'll go left,
Then we go.
or actually west.
And when you're over on the west side, then you come east
And
and
what-
meet them and make your first connection
And what's the purpose of that?
for air.
Oh, so in other words, when they connect like that, the air would move around through
Yeah.
there,
Or,
basically for breathing better?
or if something would happen, then you'd have another way to go out.
Oh, I see, I see. So if there'd be a cave-in, why you'd still be able to cross
Yeah.
over through here.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay, Andy, I guess.
Let me see, I think I'm fogging up here again.
You're in candid camera, Henry. You okay now, Paul?
Yeah. So now you're ready to drill, you're waiting for the guy upstairs to start that big gigantic compressor we see
Right.
next door to your shanty.
Right.
He has to start that up to give you air. How about electric? Can you use electric drills?
No, no.
Why not?
That's the law.
For what reason?
Kind of in methane gas or anything like that way.
Oh, I
Set
see.
it off.
So in other words, electric motors will generate a spark
Yeah.
while they're running, and if there's any gas, you could cause an explosion. So that's the reason you have to use air. I see. And that's a 4-foot hole you have drilled now.
Yeah.
And you put what, the dynamite in there?
Yeah.
How many sticks would go in there?
About 3.
3 sticks?